Oh, you did? Hey, all right. Oh, you did 135, 15, 20, which I think is all the same for East, and then 0, 2, 3, 5, 23. I think that's the same for Madison, too. Seventh place game. O'Fallon versus Decatur Eisenhower. Spelled Eisenhower wrong. Yeah.
The 2020 game of the tournament features the Madison Trojans versus Belleville East Lancers. The
S-E-N.
Southwestern Conference
There we
has
go.
gone to high school to promote sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Profanity, racial or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated
Not too bad.
and are grounds for removal from the competition. Collinsville High School is a smoke-free environment, and your cooperation will be appreciated.
And once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at the 36th Annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. We've made it to the fifth place game this afternoon, and that will feature Belleville East versus Madison. For those of you that did not watch the previous one, O'Fallon defeated Decatur Eisenhower for seventh place, 55-51. And in the auxiliary gym, the 15th place game went to the other team from Decatur, that would be MacArthur High School, as they defeated Oakville 62-39. So here we are getting ready for this fifth place game between Belleville East and Madison. Belleville East comes in at 7-5. Madison comes in at 9-4. And taking a look at team-wise scoring offense, Madison is 8 out of the 16 teams, averaging 53.3 points per game, and Belleville East is 15th out of the 16 teams, averaging 45 points per game. Field goal percentage, Madison third out of the 16 teams. They're at a percentage of 46.7, and Belleville East, they're dead last, averaging 32.9. From the three-point line, Madison is 10th out of the 16 teams, hitting 29%, while Belleville East is 13th, hitting 27%. And from the free throw line down at the bottom of the pack, both of these teams, Belleville East 13th, 57%, Madison 14th at 55%. But individually, that's where the standouts really happen here for Madison, as Giovanni Moore is tied with Rayshawn Taylor for the lead in points in this tournament. Both of them have 73. And then Giovanni Moore 12th in field goal percentage at 50%. He is fourth in three-point percentage at 50%. And then the rest of the stuff, he's pretty much in second place everywhere. Scoring average, he's tied with Rayshawn Taylor at 24.3 points per game. He is third in field goal attempts, having tried 50 of them. In field goals made, Giovanni Moore is second at 8.3. Three-point field goal attempts, he's fourth, having tried 19, and he's seventh in field or three-pointers made with 6 of them. And free throws, second on the list behind James Dent from Southeast High School in Springfield, 8.3, as Giovanni has made 25. He's had 25 attempts and he's made 17, and that puts him in second place on that list also. So one Mr. Giovanni Moore is going to be one to watch here in this game, Mr. Zach Roseman.
Indeed. Giovanni Moore has been one of the best players in the tournament. If you look at the stats, he's been the guy for this Madison team, and here they are now playing for fifth place. See how Belleville East are able to handle him.
Fifth place game taking place now. Next up will be the consolation championship between Altoff and Quincy. Then we'll have a dinner break, and we'll come back with the third place game between Lincoln and Springfield Southeast, and then of course the championship game between the two undefeated teams, Collinsville and Mundelein. And they are not only undefeated in this tournament, they are undefeated overall, as well as Mundelein comes in at 13-0, and Collinsville will come in at 12-0. Right now, it's the 5th place game between Madison and Belleville East. Madison's wearing the black uniforms. They have numbers on the back that are in green. They don't have anything written across the fronts of their jerseys. They have the Trojan logo on the fronts of their jerseys. Belleville East, meanwhile, they are dressed in all white. They have the numbers trimmed in, the royal blue trimmed in sky blue. Sky blue is, of course, the primary color of Belleville East, and they have the word East written across the fronts of their jerseys. No score here early on, and here comes the Madison Trojans on offense for the first time tonight, and they'll cycle it around out front, and that is Jalen Moore. Bounces the ball into D'Angelo Inlow Jr. 3 guys with juniors associated to their names here for Madison. Back at the top of the key, here is Walter Bursey. Bursey off of the glass, can't get it to go, and the rebound, that belongs to Madison as well, and that is Barnes. He kicks it back out, now at the front, that is Giovanni Moore. Over into the corner, now back out to Bursey. The Moore brothers on the floor at the same time here to start off with. That is Teron Barnes with the ball. He'll bounce it inside, a floater that goes probably higher than the ball was put on the floor from, and we're off and running. Trojans have the lead. Back down here. 2 points to even it up for Belleville West. So we're tied at 2. And here is Giovanni Moore over on the right wing to Bursey. Back around this way for Barnes. Barnes will hand the ball off to Jalen Moore. Now back up to Bursey. Bursey back over to Giovanni Moore. Moore from the right corner. Brings it around inside the perimeter. Takes the shot. It skips off to the left. And the rebound belongs to Jordan Pickett for Belleville East. Up to Brandon Stacker. Stacker trying to work his way across the paint. Dumps it off underneath and off the glass. Good for 2 for Eric Wade.
Eric Wade, I believe, needs
a lot. He had 41 rebounds coming into this game.
So he needs 19 to tie the record for most rebounds in a tournament.
He already has 22 for a game.
So not impossible,
no.
but
not impossible,
but maybe a little unlikely.
Yeah, that 22 in that one game was very good, and that was a record that stood for about 4 years.
15. I think it was about 2004.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and the record for rebounds in a tournament has stood for even longer. It's held by Chris Funnell, I believe, of O'Fallon, and he set that record, I believe, in 1994, if I remember correctly.
East with the ball.
We have an offensive foul against the Lancers.
Wade picks up his team's first foul and his first foul as well. Trojans bring the ball back up court. Here is Bursey. Bursey with the Lancers up. Lancers are up 42. I got that on the wrong side, don't I? And a miss rebound popped out. And here come the Lancers. Braxton Stacker loses control of the ball. Bursey's the one who picks it up. He takes it back down and then lets everybody catch up. Out to the top of the key for Moore. That's Giovanni Moore. Giovanni dribbles and drives and kicks it out over into the corner for brother Jalen. Jalen spin move and baseline bounce pass. That missed its intended target, and it finds the hands of Ethan Brown. Brown takes it all the way down for the Lancers. Can't get it to fall, and then pushed out of bounds by Wade. So the Trojans will get the ball back, trailing by 2.
Mm-hmm. The record is indeed held by Chris, I believe it's Thunnell, Thunell of O'Fallon. Record has stood for 25 years.
Wow. Here is Giovanni Moore for 3. That's off to the left. You can see that when it left his hand, but Jalen Moore is there with the rebound. His turnaround putback doesn't even make it to the basket, and we know why. Well, no, we're going to have a foul on the other end.
I think
or he just stepped out of bounds.
Looks like it.
Too far away for me to see. I hear a whistle, and I don't know why I automatically think foul. Bringing the ball up. The Belleville East Lancers. Bounce pass comes into Jordan Pickett. He'll launch a 3. That's a little too strong. And the rebound is on the ground, and we're going to have jump ball. Yes, we are. Possession arrow in favor of Madison.
Nice quick start. Only 6 points, 1 foul, not a lot of whistles, and we're already almost halfway through this first quarter.
I was going to say, we're about halfway through, and we only have 6 points scored. Giovanni Moore collects the ball from Bursey, gives it right back. Bursey across the timeline. Gets it to Barnes. Barnes hands it off to Moore. Jalen Moore over to Giovanni Moore, but Giovanni couldn't handle the hot pass, and it goes out of bounds. Another turnover for the Trojans, who call a timeout. So we will step aside for 30 seconds as well. Back in a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquee Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquee to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 5th place game going on here. 13th place game going on in the auxiliary gym between Granite City and Rockford East. And as soon as we have some updates from the auxiliary gym, of course, we will pass those along to you. Only one more game in the Aux gym after the Granite City Rockford East game, and that'll be between Triad and Edwardsville. Here at the top of the key, a 3-point shot taken, but missed by Bryson Ivy. Down at the other end, a putback basket. Jalen Moore. We're tied 4-4. How about that? 8 points in the first 4 minutes and 40 seconds of this first quarter. Here is that is Ethan Brown. Brown dribbles, drives, free throw line, takes off and puts it up, but won't fall in. He'll get his own rebound though, and kick it out front for Braxton Stacker, and his 3-point shot misses the mark. This time, the rebound belongs to Madison. They get the ball up to Giovanni Moore. Moore at the top of the key, puts it over near the scorer's bench for Bursey. 2:50 left here in this first quarter. Outside, here is Giovanni Moore for 3. That one's a little short as well, and Giovanni Moore having a hard time finding the hoop here tonight. Here is Stacker, and he'll fly through the lane in midair. He'll get fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2. This one is going to go against Giovanni Moore. That'll be his first.
Much like R.J. Walker for Eisenhower, Giovanni Moore, sort of the main guy for Madison, kind of off to a very slow start. But again, you could say that both teams are only 8 points.
Stacker at the free throw line, misses. Stacker in that game yesterday against O'Fallon went 3 of 8 from the free throw line. I keep on saying yesterday, even though we know it was Saturday. It just feels like we've been here for 3 straight days. Stacker can't hit either one of his free throws, and Madison hoping to make him pay as they corral the rebound. Up to Bursey. Bursey heads over toward the Belleville East bench in front of Coach Creek. Now it is Giovanni Moore. Moore dribbles, kicks it up into the corner for Jalen Moore. He'll drive baseline, pull up just outside the lane, give to Bursey. Bursey comes in, takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to Belleville East. They bring it up. Here is Zion Thomas. He can't get the fingertip roll. Put back no good. Pickett tried to jump up there. That was Hamilton who tried to jump up there and knock that in. He couldn't. Here is Bursey, and he'll kick it outside, and that's a loose ball once again. That is picked up by Belleville East and Bryson Ivy. He dumps it off, and 2 points belongs to Eric Wade. 6-4, Belleville East with a 2-point lead. 1:45 left to play here in this opening quarter of this 5th place game.
Let's see, both teams set to bring in some substitutions.
And Moore couldn't finish that one up, and Stacker blocks that one away after the try by Enlow, and now the ball ends up out of bounds. It'll stay with Belleville East as the Lancers bring back in Ethan Brown and that's not Jordan Pickett. That is Marlon Stacker. So one Stacker to another. Both of them are on the floor now. I got 2 Stackers on one side, and I got 2 Moores on the other side. That one comes in, and it ends up into the hands of Marlon Stacker, who gives it back to Braxton. Braxton drives in front of the free throw line. He'll take a shot and miss, and he'll go back up to the free throw line trying to do a little bit better than the 0 for 2 that he started off with.
I believe Madison fans kind of wanted to know over the back calls. He sort of jumped on top of the Madison defender. Fouls on Denham Eastling.
1:23 left to play here in this first quarter. Only 10 points scored between the two teams thus far. Here is Stacker. He makes one. Now he's 1 for 3. Madison brings in Rashad Borney. Back to the bench goes Turon Barnes. Braxton Stacker, one more shot coming for him. Good on both of those attempts. And Madison works the ball back up court. Here is Bursey. Bursey gets it over to Moore, and all the way back out front, it goes for Baker. Now, into the hands of Eastling. Over to Bursey, over to Moore. Giovanni Moore. The only Moore on the floor for Madison right now. He launches another one. He's having a hard time finding that range, and here is Bursey for 3. That one hits the inside of the rim, so just a tad too hard on that shot. Rebound belongs to the Lancers, and here is Zion Thomas out top, 3 points, and that one's a little too short for Ethan Brown. Rebound belongs to Moore for Madison. We're at 40 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Here's Bursey from the free throw line, had that partially blocked out by Stacker from behind, and then coming in to clean that up is Giovanni Moore, and Moore just now has, is that his first points?
I believe so. And the other 2 buckets, I believe, coming from his brother.
There is Marlon Stacker out to Braxton Stacker. 15 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. With the ball, ZJ Hamilton gives it up, and now back to Ethan Brown as the Lancers look to play for the last shot. 5 seconds left. Here's Brown. He drives, he shoots, and it rolls all the way around. Not enough time for Madison to do anything with it. At the end of 1 quarter of play, Belleville East leads the Madison Trojans by a score of 8-6, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHOKsports.com and the Kahoks Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahoks Sports Network and KHOKsports.com. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman with you. 5th place game, 1 quarter in the book, 2nd quarter underway. 8-6 Lancers lead, and the Lancers have the ball to begin quarter number 2. Here is Brown. He flies, but he can't finish it. Tell you what, Rashad Borney got the ball on the rebound, and when he came down with it, Brown was just happened to be standing in the right place, and it ended up in his hands. Here's Bursey. He'll bring the ball up court for Madison. Over to Moore. Giovanni Moore back into the game. And over to Eastling, who gives it back up for Baker. And into the corner it goes for Moore. He cuts through the lane and falls and almost got that shot toward the net. And now a turnover by Belleville East, and will head back the other way with it. Here is Bursey. Bursey brings it up in front of the scorer's table. And over to Baker. Baker backs up toward midcourt. Tries to push his way forward. He's being watched there closely by Zion Thomas, putting on some good defense, Thomas was.
We do have an update from the auxiliary gym with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. It is with made bucket just now. It is 11-10 in favor of Granite City.
Close game going on there. We have a 2-point game going on here. Nothing doing on the far end for Madison, so Belleville East brings the ball up court quickly. And Bryson Ivy gets it back over on the other side to Thomas. Thomas, right in front of the Madison bench, cuts across to the free throw line, takes a shot over everybody's head, a little too strong. Rebound belongs to Wade. He'll put it back up and can't get it to fall in. Whistle on the play, though, will send Wade to the free throw line. He was 2 of 6 in that win over O'Fallon on Saturday. Ended up with 14 rebounds in that game.
Let's see, Eric Hurst into the game for the Trojans.
Wade, another shot for him, and he'll miss that one as well. No one can hit free throws here in this game thus far. 6:20 left to play here in this first half, and a dribble drive by Baker. Almost got away from him. Now Bursey ends up with it all the way back at midcourt. Bursey, left-hand dribble on the left wing. He enters the perimeter and the paint and loses the ball and gets it back. Bursey never gave up on that. Oh! Well, I don't know about that. Ethan Brown poked that ball away, but the referee says he got skin contact.
That's his second foul, so. Oh, no, that's his first.
Team second. And a loose ball into the backcourt. Picked up, and see, that should have been a foul. Did you hear that smack on the arm?
Now we have a foul on Wade.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Bursey got away with one. You can hear that smack on the arm of Ethan Brown as Brown went up for the shot. That one wasn't called afterwards. One was, and now each team has 3, as that one was called against Ethan Brown. Apparently going up for the rebound. That was missed because Brown was fouled and it wasn't called. That's just my view. Here are the Trojans, and Eric Hurst gets the ball out to Borney, who hands the ball off to Bursey. Around the horn we go. It ends up with Eastling, and Eastling back out to Bursey at midcourt. 5:25 left to play here in this first half. Still a low-scoring contest. Neither team has hit double digits yet.
I don't think either team has scored here in the second quarter. I believe it was 8-6 after one.
Yeah, because I haven't even got my scoreboard back up here yet.
Nearly 3 minutes in.
Yeah. Ball goes to Eastling. Eastling drives around, and a foul. That's going to come up.
It's Borney.
Well, looks like it. Offensive foul. So a chance for the Lancers to hit in the double digits if they can make a 2-point bucket here. 8-6. Here is Stacker. Hands the ball off to Bryson Ivy. Back to Stacker. Spin move. Free throw line. Turnaround shot. Good. Finally, we have a double-digit participant here. Belleville East. It's 10 points. We have 4:35 left to play. Here is Bursey with a shot that's just a little too strong. And the rebound belongs to Borney. He puts it back up. Still won't go in. This time Wade gets the rebound to add to his total. Here's Zion Thomas. Thomas back out to the top for Ivy. Ivy dumps it off underneath. Wade off the glass for 2. There's Bursey. Bursey at the top of the key. Dribbles into the paint. Hop, skip, and a jump, and a reverse layup falls in off the glass. First 2 points of this quarter for Madison, and it comes at the halfway point of the third quarter. There's Zion Thomas drive, but he loses control of the ball, and Bursey picks it up off the ground and settles in over on the left wing. 3:40 left to play here in this first half. Bursey gives it up. 3-point shot on the way. That one rattles, and nope, that's just a 2-point shot, they're going to say, for Erwin Baker Jr.
So he had a foot on the line. The 19-footer, widely considered to be one of the worst shots in basketball, but Baker able to convert there.
And the Trojans finally hit double digits. 3:15 left to play here in this first half. Here is Braxton Stacker. Stacker back at midcourt over on the far side, and then Stacker gets it right back from Jordan Pickett. Into the corner it goes for Ivy. Back out to Stacker, over to Thomas, over to Pickett for three. No. Rebound belongs to Ivy. He'll put a little hook shot up there. He'll get even a second rebound. Puts it up, won't go, but Ivy's going to head to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Foul, I believe, will be on Eric Hurst as Madison will make some substitutions.
It will be on Hurst. Eric Hurst Jr. Bryson Ivy at the free throw line for the Lancers. He went 3 for 4 yesterday in that win over O'Fallon. And he hits that one. D'Angelo Inlow Jr. is back into the game for Madison, as is Teron Barnes.
And Jalen Moore.
Jalen Moore as well, and Z.J. Hamilton is in the game for Belleville East now. Ivy hits both of his free throws. And it's a 4-point lead for the Lancers. Under 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Bounce pass across the line to Jalen Moore. Up into the corner it goes for Eastling. Eastling comes back out of the corner, now back over to this side for Baker. Baker on the right wing. Back over on the far side for Moore. Moore back to Baker. Into the corner. Baker for Moore for 3, and that's an air ball. And the ball ends up going out of bounds, knocking over the mop right behind the Belleville East cheerleaders. Braxton Stacker inbounds to Zion Thomas. Zion in front of the scorer's bench, makes his move, kicks it back outside, and then a bounce pass over here for Ivy. Ivy on the far side for Thomas. Thomas kicks it back over here once again for Hamilton, and now Ivy with a shot. That won't fall. Rebound. Trying to save it was the Madison Trojans, as Moore threw the ball in, and it bounced right off of the chest of Erwin Baker Jr.
See Walter Bursey re-enter. He will come in for Eastling.
Inbound pass comes in from Hamilton to Thomas. Belleville East with the ball. Here is Stacker. 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Stacker pulls up and takes the shot from about 10 feet out. Can't get it to fall, and a foul coming up once again. This one looks like it's going to go against Erwin Baker. That'll be his first, team 6th now for Madison.
See Giovanni Moore come in for Baker.
Haven't had to do a lot of work on the scoreboard in this game, have I?
No, not at all.
24 points between the two teams, and we're almost at the halfway break here. There's Stacker. He can't get that one to fall in. Bounces a couple of times off the rim, and with the rebound, D'Angelo Inlow Jr., he gives it up to Bursey. Bursey across the timeline. And he'll dribble and drive, and a foul coming up against D'Angelo Inlow Jr.
Another illegal screen. I believe this is the second time that the Trojans have been called for that exact same sort of thing.
Yeah, put up a back-to-back offensive fouls. Nothing like taking the ball out of your own hands. Here is Zion Thomas. Thomas works it around to the right wing in front of the Trojans bench. Now back the other way will go, and Wade with it to Hamilton. Hamilton bluffs the 3, takes it in, and takes it right back out. Gives to Ivy at the top of the key. Over to Stacker. Stacker, baseline drive, and a slam dunk home for Braxton Stacker.
I believe that's his second dunk of the tournament.
Bursey gets it up to Moore. Moore been very quiet here in this game. Can't get that one in off the glass, and struggles continue for Giovanni Moore here in this game. Here is Braxton Stacker, has the ball popped out of his hand from behind on a nice play by the other Moore to Giovanni. He waits, and there's a good 2 points for the Trojans' star player Giovanni Moore. 40 seconds left here in this first half. Here is Braxton Stacker. Remains a 4-point game. Despite the struggles, Madison's staying in it. High off the glass, won't fall in for Hamilton. Rebound belongs to Jalen Moore, who gives it up to Giovanni Moore. The other Moore brings it across and gives it to Bursey. Bursey back over to Jalen Moore in front of the scorer's bench. Down to 20 seconds left in the half. Over to Bursey at midcourt. Bursey directing traffic, and then we'll start the dribbling process. Down to 10 seconds.
Madison got to move here.
There is Bursey into the paint, into the corner. Stepping up is Jalen Moore. His shot falls a little short, and the rebound is out of bounds just as the buzzer sounds. So that is the way that the first half comes to a close. Belleville East with a 4-point lead, 16-12, and we're back to tell you all about some stats in this one in just a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the Kahoks Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their 3rd year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahoks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahoks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Welcome back into the 36th Annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic Boys Basketball Tournament here at Collinsville, brought to you by Prairie Farms. Have you tried the Prairie Farms Milk Snack? That's the delicious cream-filled chocolate cake bars. They are perfect for snacking on the go. Chocolate cake, anytime, anywhere with Prairie Farms Milk Snacks. They're available here at the concession stand at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. So if you're coming out, save room for dessert. If not, well, you can pick them up in the refrigerated section at your local grocery store and at some convenience stores. And again, a big thank you to Prairie Farms for sponsoring this tournament. And we have an outside shot here in this game to set the record for lowest combined points scored in a game here in this tournament. Right now, Belleville East leads Madison by a score of 16-12, and that is 28 points. 58 points combined is the lowest combined output here in this tournament, and that was back in 2011 between Lincoln and Dunlap. So with the low scoring, of course, there is no one in double digits in scoring thus far. So your leader, that's a shared duty between Braxton Stacker and Eric Wade. They each have 6 points, and then 2 points apiece for Ethan Brown and Bryson Ivy. On the other side of the ledger, Madison, they're struggling a little bit to score points there. Giovanni Moore has 4, Jalen Moore has 4, and Walter Bursey has 2. Other numbers, Madison struggling from the three-point line, 0 for 4. Belleville East, they're the same. They're 0 for 5, so we're 0 for 9 in three-point shots. And Madison has not been to the free throw line in this game. Belleville East has 8 tries, 4 makes. That is 50%. The rebound battle is close, as close can get. 20 rebounds for Belleville East, 19 for Madison. And the Trojans have turned the ball over 8 times compared to 6 for Belleville East. And each team has scored 6 points off of the other team's turnover. So a very close game all the way around here. And that is a look at your first half stats between Belleville East and Madison. What's going on in the Ox?
By the way, Eric Wade had 6 rebounds, so he needs 13 to tie the record and 14 to break the record for most rebounds in the tournament, something we discussed earlier. And at halftime over in the auxiliary gym, in the 13th place game, the Granite City Warriors have a 13-point lead, 29-16.
All right. Consider yourself updated on both this game and the one going on in the auxiliary gym. We'll take a break, come back. Second half action comes your way in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats. First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, we're about ready to get the third quarter underway between the Belleville East Lancers and the Madison Trojans. And this is the fifth place game.
And I believe the winner of this game gets a trophy.
Winner does get a trophy. It's sitting down there right in front of, well, I can't tell who it's sitting in front of. They're blocking their face out. Right next to Jim Sika. We're underway. Quarter number 2, or excuse me, 3. Half number 2. Here is Giovanni Moore. Moore is having an off game compared to what he's normally had here in this tournament, which is going to leave the door wide open for Rayshawn Taylor to have the most points scored in this tournament if Giovanni can't pick himself up here in the second half. There's a shot missed by Moore, but the rebound belongs to Madison, and the foul belongs to Eric Wade. No, they're going to call it against Pickett. His first, and of course the first foul here in the second half. To the free throw line is D'Angelo Inlow Jr. He did not make a trip to the charity stripe in the first half because no one wearing the Trojans green and black did.
Missed the first one.
That's the theme of this game here. Lots of misses from the free throw line, three-point line, and anywhere else on the floor just about. Stacker gets the rebound to Wade, and he gets the ball over to Brown, and Brown has it back, and across the line it goes, and there is Pickett in front of his own bench. He'll give it back to Brown. Brown works his way back toward the Collinsville Kahawk logo here at midcourt. And up over onto the left wing, back to the top of the key. Bounce pass from the right wing inside the perimeter. Turnaround shot. Stacker, good for 2.
Of course, you and I were talking earlier, Braxton Stacker with maybe a little bit of an outside shot to make the all-tournament team, but he's certainly making his case here as he has 8 of the Lancers' 18 points.
Yeah, like we said, no one in double digits in that first half, as you would kind of figure with such a low score that we have here. And here's a turnaround shot by Moore, and I'm telling you, Giovanni's struggles continue. Here is Brown. He flies in the lane. No shot. Foul on the floor, they say, and this one is going to come against Bursey. That'll be his first, team first. Each team now with 1. Out to the perimeter it goes. Wade with a bounce pass trying to find Stacker, but it bounces all the way out to Brown. Now Stacker from the left wing, turnaround spin move, takes the shot, it rolls over the rim. Eric Wade almost had himself another rebound, but instead he knocks it out of bounds, does Wade, and the ball will come back this way in the hands of the Trojans. Just a minute and a half into this third quarter. Here is Bursey, his team trailing by 6. Bursey pulls up, gives it up to Mr. Moore, and he just can't buy a shot right now, can Giovanni?
No, it's very quiet.
Yes, he is. And into the lane with a nice strong move there was Bursey, and he gets his team on the board for the first time here in this half. And here comes Brown bringing the ball up court for Stacker. Coach Lori Billy just showed up. Girls are in action today. The MICDS tournament against the hosts At what, 4:30?
4:30. That will be the third place game.
Third place game. Stacker hits a big three-pointer on the other side, and finally someone has reached the 20-point plateau. That would be Belleville East.
I think that was the first made three-pointer of the game.
You are correct. 0 for 9 in the first half combined, and a shot by Moore again misses. Boy, you can't buy a bucket, man. That hit the front of the rim, hit the back of the rim, and just won't go in.
Another rebound for Eric Wade.
There's a floater by Brown as he floats through the lane and picks up a couple of more points for himself and his team, 23-14 in favor of the Lancers.
Look for, if Madison can't get a bucket here, look for Coach Baker to probably call timeout.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him. Here's Barnes with it. He gets it to Jalen Moore, and Moore, his underhand fingertip roll never made it all the way up to the rim, but we have a whistle on the play, and this one is going to go against
Eric Wade.
Eric Wade. 2 shots coming up for Jalen Moore. Second foul on Wade. Second foul for the Lancers here in this half. Moore to the free throw line, misses.
Seems like just a lid on the rim in general. Seems like none
You
of the
ain't
Trojans
kidding.
can make anything. See Denham Eastling come in, as well as Eric Hurst for the Trojans.
One more shot coming for Jalen Moore. Boy, no one can hit a shot here for Madison. Only 2 points here in this third quarter thus far for the Trojans. And the Moore brothers are really cold.
I mean, they are the co-leading scorers of 4 points each as Pickett steps on the sideline, I think.
Another turnover. Back the other way we'll go. I heard somebody on the bench. Man, we already got 3 turnovers. Need to cut down on that and pick up on the point uptick. Here is Giovanni Moore. Moore comes in from the right side, takes the shot, can't get it to fall. That's been the theme of this game for Moore.
Just seems like, I mean, Madison not getting bad looks, just
Nothing going in.
Yeah.
It's like the ball has eyes and it says, I'm not going anywhere into that hoop. Nope. Here's Stacker. He'll drive and then dish it out for Brown. Brown bluffs and drives and count the bucket and the foul as well. As Belleville East has now opened up an 11-point lead on Madison in a 4-point lead coming into this quarter.
It's just, it just seems like Madison can't make, said it before and we'll probably say it again if it keeps going like this, but Madison can't make anything. And
Ethan Brown just made his free throw shot. That was his first trip to the charity stripe in this game. 26-14, 12-point advantage. Belleville East. Here is Bursey for Madison. He'll drive and put the floater up and couldn't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to Wade once again. Bounce pass underneath and finished up quite nicely there by Bryson Ivey.
Lancers all of a sudden doubling up the Trojans. 14-point lead.
That means that they're on the 12-2 run, and now you get your timeout called by Madison. We'll step aside as well, and we'll be back in just a minute here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. We have enjoyed our stay here at the Hotel Virgil. It seems like we've been here forever. Even if we had a day off yesterday, which we did not have the last couple of years, we went 3 days in a row, and that's fun as well. It's all been fun.
Of course, did not really do anything yesterday. I slept, not gonna lie, I slept until probably about noon, and then didn't really do much of anything yesterday.
Yeah, I slept till 10, but I had the grandsons come to town yesterday afternoon at 1, and we've been busy with them ever since. So I did rest up, but, I had fun with the grandkids, too. They're out with Grandma today. We're going to go see Jumanji, the new movie, and get something to eat. Tomorrow we're going to hang out and go to Texas Roadhouse and pick it. Just
no shot.
Mugged Bursey all the way up to the basket. That's because he never got a shot off because he got mugged.
Well, he did eventually. Just sort of got fouled, took 2 steps, and then threw something up, and it went in. Just at least finally, decided seeing something go in, even if it doesn't count. Maybe provide a little bit of inspiration for the Trojans.
Could be. There's a shot and a foul coming up against Giovanni Moore. Another miss by Moore, and he'll get a chance to pick up a couple here at the free throw line.
Fouls on Braxton Stacker. 4th team foul for the Lancers. Seems to be the one thing the Trojans have to their advantage so far.
42 points total scored in this game so far. And there's one for young Mr. Moore.
Finally, it has 5 points, which, 1/3 of the point total. You can't say that he's not contributing as much, but your team only has 15 points.
Yeah, he's averaging 19.7 a game, almost 20 a game, and right now he's at 5. That's what you call having an off day.
Mm-hmm.
An off day at the office happens to all of us. Isn't that right, Chad? All right. At the free throw line, though, he makes both of them, so maybe that'll get him going a little bit. 2:45 left to play here in this third quarter. And the Lancers getting it across the line to Brown, and Brown will launch a three-pointer, and it'll rim right out of there. And then a foul coming up as Z.J. Hamilton got that rebound and went back up to shoot it, but he'll go to the line for 2.
See D'Angelo Enlow come back into the game after this free throw. As Giovanni Moore picks up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, so he's having some struggles on the floor, both offensively and now with 3 fouls. And that one for Hamilton went way off to the left, barely touched that left part of the rim.
See Enlow come in for, I believe that is Jalen Moore heading to the bench. And maybe it is. Can't quite tell from here.
Z.J. Hamilton, his first trip to the free throw line has resulted in 1 out of the 2. 29-16. Here's Bursey. Bursey back over this way for Jalen Moore. One of the Moore brothers need to start lighting things up here. Can't get it all the way up there. Could Jalen Moore, and the rebound once again belong. I believe that was Wade, wasn't it?
I don't know if Hamilton got that or if maybe Wade did. I think that's, if that was Wade, I think that's his 5th or 6th of his half, which I think get to 47 combined points now. So that record looking unlikely, but we'll see if Mr. Wade has a chance to break the record that he is going for.
Here is Javion Moore. He's tripped up. No, he travels.
Oh.
Wasn't tripped. He just traveled.
Madison fans a little bit frustrated with that, as
yeah, they're kind of quiet over there, aren't they?
Yeah, really hasn't been much to cheer about.
Nope.
For either team, not a huge presence from the fans wearing the blue and blue, but nothing from the green.
That ball gets away, and who's going to get there first? It's going to be Madison, and Hurst almost traveled there. Now a loose ball picked up again, this time by Bursey, and Bursey will head back to the midcourt stripe and try to slow things down. He had a couple of guys back in the backcourt still. Had to wait for him to catch up. There's an off-balance shot, no good. Put back, no good. And the rebound belongs to Stacker. Stacker up to Brown. Brown turns, spins, and he traveled and got away with it. But he throws the ball away anyway, and coming up with it is Enlow to Giovanni Moore, and Moore gets a 2-point bucket. First time in a while since he's got a 2-pointer.
It's Giovanni with 8 points now, so maybe slowly starting to get something going, try and get Trojans back into this.
There's Stacker, and Stacker going for point number 14 and 15. had that one swoop right out. Rebound belongs to Madison. They'll kick it here in the corner. Here is Giovanni Moore. Free throw line shot good. Now he's going to get heated up, right?
Yeah, that's a great sign if you're a Madison fan to see Giovanni Moore finally start to get some shots to fall and maybe inspire the Trojans a little bit here.
Yeah, it was a 14-point lead. Now it's down to 11. Here is a three-pointer from Hamilton that won't fall in, and the rebound belongs to Madison. Madison trying to pick up the pace here a little bit. Into the corner. Here's a three-point shot from Eastling. That misses the mark.
Another rebound for Eric Wade.
And coming up with the ball with 25 seconds left is Brown. Ethan Brown brings it across the line for Belleville East, looking to play for the final shot here of this quarter.
And that is not, for those, kind of a neat thing. It is not Ethan as you would traditionally see it spelled.
Nope, it's not.
Instead of E-T-H-A-N, it is E-T-H-Y-N.
There's a foul and a bruise as well on Brown. And speaking of Ethan, he'll head to the free throw line.
Foul is on D'Angelo Enlow. That is his second, 4 for the Trojans. And if Ethan Brown is able to convert this and one, then the lead for the Lancers will be back out to 14 points, which with the pace that this game has been at, you would think to be nearly insurmountable.
Yeah, well, Madison started to make a comeback after that last 14-point lead, but then it got halted. And Brown turns that into a three-point play, back to that 14-point lead. And at the buzzer, a shot from three-quarters court. Misses the mark, and we head to quarter number 4 here in this fifth-place game with Belleville East leading Madison by a score of 34-20, and we're back in a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Lancers get the ball to begin quarter number 4 here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 34-20. Lancers with the lead. Here is Brown with the ball. Brown at the Prairie Farms logo. Tosses it across to Zion Thomas, who's back into the game. Over to Braxton Stacker, who's having himself a pretty good game, and that continues there with a nice little fingertip basket right underneath the hoop. And a 16-point lead is the largest lead of this game for Belleville East. And now we're going to have a foul called instead of a jump ball.
Coach Baker is asking for a jump ball, and foul be on Denham Eastling. I kind of see where the Madison coaches and fans are coming from. Looked like Eastling had done a decent job of just clamping on the ball, but referee says he got a little bit more arm than ball, and referee explaining himself over to Coach Baker. Either way, Lancer basketball.
Brown across the line to Thomas. Thomas back to Brown on the wing and over to the left wing for Thomas. Bluffs the three, pulls it back down and gives it back to Brown. He'll launch a three from there. That one barely misses. Stacker was there with the putback, but that also barely misses, and Stacker gets the ball back in the corner, and a timeout called by head coach Jeff Creek. So we will step aside as well, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Back to action here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Trojans get a rebound and bring it back up, and here is Giovanni Moore. Moore dribbles and drives, dumps it off underneath, and we're going to have a blocking foul that is going to be called against Hamilton.
Let's see. Ivy and Pickett, both clad in white headbands, come back in as looks like they're going to call that foul on the floor.
Yeah, Belleville East is the white headband team, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
There's a ball in that was touched out of bounds by Wade. Man, I thought for a minute there that D'Angelo Inlow got a finger on that ball before it went out of bounds.
Well, at any rate, Trojan ball.
And Bursey will inbound. He'll do so all the way in the backcourt to Giovanni Moore. Moore brings it up. Moore now has 10 points.
I mean, compared to what, you look at, like, percentage of points that he's getting, getting about what you would expect given the points total that the Trojans have. It's just the Trojans not scoring as much as they typically do. Moore's averages are going to go down.
Oh, that one misses as well. There's Wade with another rebound. Here's Brown bringing the ball up court. Bounces it to Pickett, back to Wade. Bluffs the three, and everybody here thought he traveled, except for the guys wearing the black and white stripes.
We're going to have a foul, and Coach Baker is beside himself.
6:22 left here in this fourth quarter. That's going to go against Giovanni Moore. That's going to be his fourth.
That's a big foul.
Sure is.
He's been really the only guy to be able to do much of anything at all offensively for Madison, and you would think if he were to foul out, then that would be pretty much the death sentence. Even now, the game might already be over.
Brown continues struggling from the free throw line.
Oh, they're going to change it. The foul will be on Jalen Moore.
Wrong Moore. That's an easy mistake to make.
Uh-huh.
As Brown makes one of the two and makes it a 17-point game. As Madison are looking for their first point here in this fourth quarter. Here's Bursey. Comes around over on the right side. Cuts to the outside of the lane. Takes the shot. Can't get it to fall, but the foul is going to belong to Bryson Ivy.
That is his second, I believe.
It is. Each team now with 6.
Oh, apparently only his first, but
okay.
Trojans both teams actually are in the bonus.
Bursey at the free throw line for the first time in this game, and he hits that one for the first point here in the fourth quarter for Madison.
See Eastling and Hurst come in for Madison.
Bursey with one more shot from the line, and that one misses. Rebound for Stacker. Gets it up to Pickett, and Pickett brings it up across the line. Now he backs up towards the midcourt stripe, makes his move from the right wing all the way in, and shot too hard. Rebound belongs to, I just can't call it a rebound. He missed everything. That was just a turnover. Here's Bursey. Bursey over on the right wing himself in front of his own bench. He'll dump it off, and now it's Giovanni Moore. Moore tries to enter. Not a lot of room to enter over there, and I think sometimes maybe Giovanni Moore's trying to do too much on his own and trying to cut through a double team and sometimes a triple team instead of dishing it off to a teammate.
Well, I mean, I think Giovanni's thought process here is, my team's down by 16 points, and it seems like nobody's really doing anything offensively, so it's my job as the guy on the team to go and try and do something about it. So.
Moore hits one of the free throws he'll get.
Yes.
Try for another.
11 points, I believe.
I believe you are correct. And it'll stay that at 11. Rebound all the way down, and getting it to fall in was Ivy after a little help from the rim. And it's 39-22 in favor of Belleville East. Here is Giovanni Moore in front of his bench. Heads the other direction. On the right wing, being watched by Stacker. Stacker gets taken out on the play on a pick move, and then Giovanni Moore misses that one and has the ball knocked out of his hands after the rebound was picked up. And, oh, man, tell you what, Eric Hurst got a rebound and couldn't quite finish putting it back up there, but here comes Brown. He'll stand in front of the free throw line and put up a hair ball. Kick it back out to Stacker for three, and that one's in.
Lead out to 20 points now, and that will, you would think, would probably be about all she wrote, as that, with 64 points, the lowest combined record will not fall.
No, it will not. Thanks to Belleville East putting up some points here in this second half. All the way down it goes to Pickett, who tries to feed Wade cutting through the lane, but Wade couldn't hold on to the ball. And the loose ball belongs to Madison. Here is Giovanni Moore in the corner and being bothered over there by Brown. Moore will put up a three-pointer, his first three-pointer of this game. And Moore now with 14 points.
Doing just about everything he can to help his team, and
timeout called by Jeff Creek before his team gets caught for a backcourt violation, so we'll step aside as well, and we will be back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network. Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald. Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 4:07 left to play here in this fourth quarter, 42-25. The Belleville East Lancers trying to secure that nice-looking fifth-place trophy down there sitting next to Jim Sika. There's a pass across the line, and it goes to Pickett. Pickett drives and runs into a couple of players, but Pickett will be the beneficiary of a foul.
And that foul will be on Erwin Baker. I think that is, no, it's not his first, that is his second.
Each team now is 7. To the free throw line will be Jordan Pickett, and Pickett didn't see that much playing time in the first half, only got 8 minutes, so he got half of the 16 that were played.
Well, I mean, Pickett, of course, only a freshman.
I know.
But, given the family line, of course, he is the brother of Mizzou's Javon Pickett. He was a star player for the Lancers a couple of years ago. But, seems like Jordan is carrying on the family legacy pretty well.
There he is. Here are the Madison Trojans trying to climb their way back into this one with what time they have left, but that's not going to help. A steal by Wade up to Ivy. Ivy drives all the way, can't finish, but a tip in. Put back in by young Mr. Pickett, who we were just talking about. And it's a 46-25 affair. Here is Bursey. Bounce pass into the paint for Enlow, and he'll take care of 2 points for his team. And that's a 46-27 game. Here is Pickett. Pickett cuts through a couple of defenders, takes it all the way down himself, and can't hold on to the ball, but apparently it was last touched by Bursey.
Sort of a little bit of a confusion there, but seems like most of the Madison fans are rather apathetic now, as the game you would think would be just about out of reach.
Inbound pass comes all the way back to midcourt for Ivy. Consolation championship coming up next between Quincy and Althoff. Second year in a row that Quincy is playing in the consolation championship on the other bracket.
I believe in the consolation championship that the Blue Devils played in last year was against if I remember correctly, was against these Belleville East Lancers.
I believe you're right. Back the other way we go, but, well, I was going to say not for long, but somehow or another that ball made it into Bercy's hands, and now a whistle will send Bercy to the line.
I'm going to call it jump ball.
Are they really?
That,
Who's screaming over there?
no, one of the Madison fans. I mean, I guess they were looking. I was honestly expecting a travel to be called. I was either that or a foul on Belleville East. I was not expecting a jump ball to be called. And
No, Pickett almost stepped out. Oh, now he's going to get it pushed out of bounds. As one number 5, D'Angelo Inlow Jr. pushes the other number 5, Jordan Pickett, out of bounds.
that is Enlow's third foul, I believe.
Quincy beat Belleville East 46-32 in last year's consolation championship.
Let's see, well, Lancers sort of chance, perhaps, that they could revert that. Perhaps if Belleville East don't score and Lancers are able to get a couple. Well, never mind.
Pickett makes that one.
Lead back out to 20. Kind of a, well, I mean, for lack of a better way of putting it, kind of lethargic, not really, a little apathetic of a basketball game, you know, not for, I mean, apart from that dunk from Stacker back in the first half, hasn't really been anything highlight worthy, if you will.
There's Bercy on the left wing. 2:20 left to play here in this fourth quarter of this fifth place game. That seems to be well in hand for the Lancers as they look for 3 player substitutions on the next opportunity. Here's Stacker all the way up to Wade. Wade off the glass, good for 2, and Bercy's hurt.
Well, actually, no, looks like he's okay. Maybe just a little slow. No, maybe.
Yeah, looking at that right wrist, he was sitting on the ground for a minute.
He's going to get up, sort of try and shake it out. And looks like
No.
he might stay in this game. Is sort of, I think Belleville East will go ahead and empty their bench a little bit. Bercy's still over there, and it looks like, yeah, we're going to have Hurst come in to replace him, and he may have, we'll see if Amanda Bauer will go over and look at Mr. Bercy's hand.
The Lancers bring in Ryan Stevenson. Jordan Pickett stays out there. Marlon Stacker also out there as well. He played 2 minutes in the first half, and that was it.
I believe, and a new player in for Madison, I believe. Is that Michael Welch or Mikkel Welch, or however you pronounce his first name?
I believe it is Mikkel.
Let's see.
And Madison with the ball into the backcourt, and a attempted save, but that's going to go back into the hands of the Lancers.
I believe that is Alan Mason, number 33 in for the Lancers, and I think Rashad Borney will re-enter for Madison.
Lancers with the lead and the ball. Hamilton brings the ball up court.
And
we'll go to the free throw line.
No.
No.
Call a charge.
Yeah, they do.
Well, that is Hamilton's second. And you'll see, I believe that is Eric Hurst come in for Jalen Moore for Madison.
(50-27). We are down to the final 95 seconds here in this one. Handoff goes on to the outside for Borney. And Borney comes in, takes the shot. He does not make it, but he will have a chance to hit him from the free throw line.
We also see number 11 in for Madison, who I believe is another new player.
Carlisa Wilson.
Yeah, Carlos Wilson, the 5'9" freshman, getting a little bit of varsity experience.
There's the shot by Borney. That misses.
We will see
more new players coming into the game for East. Here comes Jordan Wade, as well as Andre Simmons. Simmons is a senior. Wade is a senior as well.
I believe Jordan Wade, maybe of relation to Eric Wade, as the Lady Kahawk basketball team make their way out to depart for MICDS for their game here in. They're running on time in about an hour and a half or so against the host Rams.
Here are the Lancers. They have a lead and they have the ball, and now they don't. Over onto the far side, it comes out, and the Trojans work the ball up with 1 minute. 10 seconds left to play here in this one. And a loose ball, that's taken care of once again by Borney. Borney with it, out near the scorer's table. Under a minute to go. Lancers are going to pick up the 5th place trophy. And a slash and dash coming in, and that was Eric Hurst Jr. By him.
Cut the lead back to 20.
Down to the final 40 seconds.
And I'm not completely sure, but I do believe these teams play each other again once we get into January. Belleville East, I believe a little bit before, Belleville East hosts the Chick-fil-A Classic Tournament, which Collinsville are in this year for the first time in a number of years, leaving from the Jerseyville tournament.
A little bit closer of a drive.
Yeah, you don't say. A little bit better, for the Jerseyville tournament haven't been, obviously, the past couple of years as
off the glass for 2 there for Ryan Stevenson. As we're down to the final 15 seconds here in this one, here is Wilson for the Trojans. Wilson dribbles, drives, takes it all the way himself, high off the glass, won't fall. Rebound, that belongs to Marlon Stacker for Belleville East, and that's going to do it for this one. 52-30, the final score. The Belleville East Lancers, congratulations to them as they capture the 5th place trophy.
We will stay on the air for...
I don't have enough time for that, man.
Well, I think they try to be pretty quick about doing the trophy presentation. Hopefully.
That's all right. We're gonna call it quits and get ready for the next game anyway. If it was dinner break, I'd stay on, but we have to get ready for the next game. So we're gonna step aside, and we'll be back with the next one. That is the consolation championship between Altoff and Quincy, and that'll be coming up in a few minutes here on the Kahoks Sports Network.